The elephant doesn't realize it's strong enough to break the chain, explains resilience expert Michelle Wesser. This metaphor captures why so many executives, despite their achievements, remain stuck in patterns of learned helplessness that limit their potential. High-pressure environments and constant demands create stress loops that can feel impossible to escape. This episode speaks directly to busy leaders seeking science-backed strategies to outsmart destructive stress cycles. With nearly 1 billion people worldwide affected by stress-related illnesses, understanding how to build true resilience is more urgent than ever. Today, you'll discover a practical daily approach that can help unlock your biological resilience mechanisms and set the stage for lasting change. To understand how you can break these invisible chains, it's essential to look at what shapes your stress response from the inside out. If you're new here, please subscribe and like, because I share tips to help you improve your career. Resilience is more than a mindset, it's rooted in your biology. Leading research at the Max Planck Institute and the Mind's Resilience Center shows that specific genetic factors, like variants of the FKBP5 gene, play a central role in how your body manages stress. Adults carrying 2 copies of the FKBP5 risk allele, for example, experience 25 to 50% higher cortisol levels under stress. But genetics are only half the story. Epigenetic mechanisms, such as the addition of methyl tags, can switch off stress genes like FKBP5 in a matter of weeks, directly influencing how your system recovers after a challenge. This means your environment and daily experiences can shape your stress response at the cellular level. Dr. Katarina Domschk's work reveals that positive behaviors and targeted interventions can increase methylation, effectively dampening the impact of stress-related genes. In the Mind's Resilience Project, mid-career managers who committed to daily mindfulness exercises and journaling saw a 20% reduction in stress gene expression within 6 months. These results were measured through biomarkers, offering concrete evidence that resilience is not just psychological, but physiological. The implication for leaders is clear. While your genetic code sets the baseline, your habits and environment continually influence which genes are active. This biological flexibility explains why 2 executives with similar genetic profiles may respond very differently to the same high-pressure situation. By understanding these mechanisms, you can adopt strategies that work with your biology, not against it. Recognizing your unique stress profile is the first step toward meaningful change. When you understand how your biology shapes your response, you can move beyond generic advice and start building resilience in a way that fits you. This perspective sets the stage for addressing the deeper patterns that keep even high-performing leaders from realizing their full potential. If you're finding this helpful, please subscribe and like, because it helps us create content that matters to you. Also, if you want to take your skills further, check out our executive education and executive coaching programs at execbeat.com. Breaking the chains of learned helplessness starts with recognizing how easily self-imposed limits can take hold. Wesser's elephant chain analogy reminds us these defeatist loops are self-imposed. Neurologically, repeated stress fires limbic circuits and deepens helplessness until you break that loop. Imaging studies show that chronic stress leads to overactive amygdala circuits and weakened prefrontal control, making it harder to shift out of automatic, self-defeating patterns. For executives, this means the longer you operate under relentless pressure without intervention, the more likely you are to internalize a false sense of powerlessness, even when you have resources and authority at your disposal. Dr. Aditi Nerurkar's framework separates stress into 2 types, adaptive and maladaptive. Adaptive stress pushes you forward when challenges feel meaningful and manageable, activating productive responses. Maladaptive stress, on the other hand, emerges when demands seem overwhelming and uncontrollable. This triggers biological changes that reinforce avoidance and reduce your capacity to act. The key difference is perception. whether you see stressors as threats or as challenges you can influence. When leaders begin to shift this perception, they regain agency over how they respond to pressure. Simple, evidence-based interventions can interrupt these cycles in real time. Clinical trials show that the physiological sigh, 2 quick inhalations followed by a long exhale, lowers cortisol by 25% in under 3 minutes. This technique directly calms the nervous system, creating a pause between stimulus and response. Used during tense meetings or high-stakes moments, it allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react automatically. Another practical strategy involves leveraging daily habits that influence your biology. A 2018 German trial found that writing down 5 gratitudes each morning increased methylation of stress genes by 15% after 2 months. This practice helps counteract negative thinking patterns and builds resilience at the cellular level. Alongside this, Lucy Hone's question, "Is what I'm doing helping or harming me?" serves as a real-time check, prompting you to make choices that support well-being rather than reinforce helplessness. Consistency is crucial. These tools require only minutes each day, but their effects compound over time, gradually rewiring your brain's response to stress. By integrating these strategies, you begin to move from automatic, defeatist reactions to intentional, effective action, a shift that forms the foundation for making stress work for you rather than against you. Resilience means creating a system where stress serves you, not overwhelms you. For leaders, the next step is clear. This week, track your morning cortisol spikes and try one simple intervention, either the physiological sigh or a 5-point gratitude journal. Record how your mood and focus shift throughout the day. Even a single week of daily practice can cut your average cortisol awakening response by 10% and sharply reduce negative self-talk, as shown in Binder and Mind studies. Consistency, not intensity, drives these measurable gains. By choosing where to direct your attention and asking, "Is this helping or harming me?" you lay the groundwork for lasting change. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like, because it helps us bring you more free videos. And if you're ready to grow your career, visit execbeat.com to learn about our executive education and coaching.